Hey guys, Dustin Communications back again, this time with a little vlog slash unboxing video. First I'm going to start with the unboxing. I got another gift from Dustin Keckler, and I gotta say thanks, man. I really, it's very humbling. I don't really know what to say. I appreciate it, I really do. It's kind of hard for me to put into words this kind of stuff. Like when people send me things, it's like there's nothing that I can say that could possibly, except thank you. From the bottom of my heart, really. Honestly, sincerely, truthfully, I really appreciate it. You went through all this work to send me not one box of stuff, but two. That must have cost you a pretty penny. So I appreciate it, I really do. And I'll definitely get you back sometime. I guarantee it. Either by reviewing some of these movies or maybe sending you something in return. Either way, I'll get you back. That's just the type of person I am. It might take me a little bit, but I'll reciprocate. I'll reciprocate, if I can even say the word. I'll reciprocate, I think that's how you say it, the favor, so to speak. So anyway, I opened it earlier, of course. It makes it easier with these type of videos, so I don't have to spend 2 minutes, use them and leave the room, look for some scissors and stuff like that. But either way, it's the thought that counts here. And so sent me a few VHS tapes. This something called Deadly Danger, which it features Shabba-Doo, the star of Lambada and Breakin'. Shabba-Doo is in this. Yabba-dabba-doo! That's gonna be awesome. Yeah, probably not. But I appreciate it. I'll definitely add this to my collection. This is something I would have bought anyway. I guarantee if I saw this and I had the money, I would buy it. Because that's the type of person I am. I'm a sucker for, movies that aren't on DVD and VHS tapes especially. But yeah, this is probably gonna be a crappy movie, but I'm glad to have it in my collection. For a collector, I'm fine with having it. So thanks, Dustin. That's Deadly Danger, which they're sexy, talented, and dropping like flies. Someone is killing the most beautiful dancers in LA, and the police don't have a clue. Welcome to Club Metro, LA's hottest nightclub, featuring the world's hottest exotic dancers. But beware, a killer is on the loose with a weekly appetite for murder. A breakthrough in the case for police investigator Jack Aiden results in a perplexing dilemma. All clues point to him as the killer. Oh no! With time running out, Aiden must not only clear his name, but find the real murderer. But must also fight for his life as the killer's next target. That's the plot of Deadly Danger, which sounds like a name for one of the Jaegers from Pacific Rim. Hey, we have Gypsy Danger here, and then we have Deadly Danger. I had to, really. The joke just presented itself for me. Couldn't resist. So that's Deadly Danger. Here's one I have in Oklahoma, but I'm glad to have it here. Murder 1. I guess it's based on a true story. It stars Henry Thomas. It's actually directed by Graham Campbell. Isn't that a? I think that's a music. I think that's a guy who does music. I think that's a composer. That's the same Graham Campbell that I'm thinking of. That'll be interesting. Graham Campbell, who does music scores and directing a movie. Interesting. Anyway, it's based on true story. In 1973, brothers Wayne Coleman and Carl Isaacs escaped from prison. It was a prison, so I guess it counts. And went on a killing spree. For 13 days, they terrorized 12 states before committing one of the bloodiest massacres in American history. The methodical murders of all 6 members of the Alday family in a remote Georgia farmhouse, one by one. This shocking true story is told by 15-year-old Billy Isaacs, Henry Thomas, who joins his brothers and their fellow escapee, George Dungy, as they go on the run. In the beginning, this unlikely foursome is just looking for fun, but as money runs low, the ex-cons resort to armed robbery, and when a college student discovers Billy's brother stealing a car, theft suddenly escalates into cold-blooded murder. Billy watches in horror as one murder leads to another, culminating in a diabolical bloodbath at the Alday farm. Join this tormented teenager on a joyride that takes him from innocence to life imprisonment for Murder 1. See, I'll give this a look sometime. Gotta be, one of those movies gotta be in the right mood, though. Probably kind of depressing. This next one, next VHS Dustin sent me is Mark of Cain. By the way, I don't know for sure if I'm showing these correctly in the I hope so. I think I might have figured it out to show these the full box without, you know, cutting off part of it, but we'll see. We'll see. This one stars Robin Ward, Randy Crewson, a bunch of people I've never heard of. The back, it was like, get ready to be struck by Mark of Cain, a chilling suspense thriller in the spine-tingling tradition of Psycho that tells the haunting story of a couple chased by an invisible killer. An invisible killer? So it's almost like Invisible Maniac and things like that. A young woman, Dale, and her husband Sean are a happy couple now residing in an old mansion. After years of confinement in the mental asylum, Michael, Sean's brother, escapes from determined to terrorize the young couple. I escaped from the institution. I had enough of my brother's shit, Sean, and because he was banging my woman, as you can see right here, so I had enough of that. So I escaped from the asylum and hunted his ass down. I had to do it, really. The authorities have been alerted to his escape. Sorry, I'm out of mumbled mouth right now. But the police are stumped who they are protecting and who they are capturing. Michael and Sean are identical twins. Ooh! Oh shit. Identical twins. So yeah, that's Mark of Cain. I'm pretty sure it has nothing to do with Raising Cain. But yeah, it'll be interesting. I'll get a look sometime. I'm not making any guarantees, but I'm glad to have it in my collection. Now here's one that I actually had on my wish list. And this, I really, you know, thanks a lot, Dustin, for this one, because I had this on my Amazon wish list. And this is one that a friend of mine, Damien Sage, a longtime friend of mine, he would want to see this one, and I guess he already picked up a copy of it. And the only reason why I had it on my wish list is because I wanted to get it for him, but he beat me to it. But either way, I saw the trailer for it, and it seemed like it might be a somewhat kind of interesting, you know, thriller, horror flick, suspense movie. It's only on VHS, so definitely appreciate getting this one. And that is Torment. It's a movie called Torment. It's from 1985, I believe. And it's supposed to be a really stylish thriller. It's Kevin Thomas from the LA Times, who's a pretty esteemed critic, says it's photographed with style and clarity, an ingenious little suspense thriller. And as far as I know, it's only on VHS. And Torment, The Anatomy of a Murder, family style. If the suspense doesn't get you, the terror will. Bob is a mild-mannered, likable middle-aged fellow, charming and sincere, but he does have one serious character failing. He has a penchant for killing young women for the slightest provocation, real or otherwise, and his methods are, shall we say, rather barbaric. Luckily for Bob, the citywide manhunt is on the wrong trail, and Bob feels more than a little pleased with himself. It's a shame that his future son-in-law, Michael Cortland, is making such a nuisance of himself, and a further shame that his daughter Jennifer trusts her detective fiancé Michael more than she trusts her old dear dad. Well, dear old dad is just going to have to teach these young kids a lesson. Spare the rod, spoil the child. And if Michael's invalid mother gets in the way, well, she'll have to be done away with too. Wow, this is a really tongue-in-cheek description. That makes it sound like it's a black comedy. I was not expecting that type of description on the back. But I'll give it a look sometime. This is one I'm actually curious about. So, yeah. Thank you, Dustin, for Torment. He also sent me this one. It's called Murder on Line 1. It's an Academy Entertainment movie. There's a lot of movies dealing with phones. Like I have one. I think there's one called Whisper. And then I had Whisper Kill. Party Line. I think I know I have Party Line either here or in Oklahoma. And then there's one called Disconnected. Anyway, the synopsis on the back is: a series of heinous murders ends with the arrest of a supposed killer. But when similar grisly killings continue, a beautiful reporter sets out to prove that the police are holding the wrong man. Or are they? A riveting psychological thriller that traps its characters in the grip of terror. Implicated by overwhelming evidence, Jonathan Bird is jailed for a string of shocking, cold-blooded murders. Then reporter Susan Moore receives a call from someone claiming to be the real killer, followed by more savagely mutilated bodies turning up, just as the mysterious caller threatened they would. A deadly new game is beginning for Susan, who suddenly finds herself struggling to solve more than a mystery, and fighting to unmask more than a killer. So, starring a bunch of people I've never heard of, and directed by some dude named, and written by some dude named Anders Palm. So, yeah. I'll give it a look sometime. I don't know, it might be good. I don't know. A lot of these episodes, I don't know, but I'm glad, though, I have in my collection, though. This one, I'm glad to have a copy of, because I've heard about this, but I've never seen it. Interesting that it's in this type of case. I've never seen this type of case before. This clear rental library case of Thou Shall Not Kill Except. And this is one that was actually had was produced by Scott Spiegel. I guess Sheldon Lettich also wrote the story with Bruce Campbell, helped write the story as well. And I believe Sam Raimi or Ted Raimi or one of them is in this. Sam Raimi. Yeah, Sam Raimi's in this movie. So yeah, it's an interesting oddity. I guess it says it's a war movie. I mean, what would happen if Charles Manson met Rambo? That's what Variety says about this film. Vietnam, 1969. Marine Sergeant Jack Stryker and his platoon are trapped outside a Viet Cong-occupied village when he catches 2 bullets in the leg. Stryker's friend hoists him onto his back, and the 2 men blaze through the village, blowing away everything in their path. Stryker returns home, a casualty of the war. He plans to see Sally, an old girlfriend, and recreate the love and peace he once knew. After hours of waiting for her, he goes to her house and finds that a cult of crazed killers have kidnapped Sally, killed her grandfather by using him as a human dartboard. That's pretty serious. Stryker and his Marine friends, who are home on leave, form a 3-man annihilation squad and begin a mission of ruthless revenge. This will be one time when the death sentence would be merciful compared to the doom that awaits the cult murderers. So yeah, definitely give this one a look. Thou Shall Not Kill Except. So yeah, thanks for that one, Dustin. I mean, thanks for everything, Dustin, really. They just sent me this one, a movie called Skull, A Night of Terror, which I think I remember. I saw the cover art for this. I'm like, wow, this looks like a piece of shit. I'm glad to have it, though. I gotta give it a look. You know, I just really. I mean, look at this guy. It's like freaking curly with an eye patch. And look, it's the prequel to the Hunger Games. Out in the middle of nowhere, a deadly game of house is about to begin. The wives and kids of a hostage The wives and kids of 2 local cops have been taken hostage by a band of murderous escaped convicts. Their leader is a psychopathic mass murderer named Skull. Now the cop's job is to kill the trio before they kill his family. When you mess with a man's family, you're messing with one of the most powerful forces known, revenge. Oh, so it's like, I don't know what it's like. All I know is that this it'll be interesting. I love that guy's face. Just like, oh my god! No, it's Skull! And then, here's another, it was an oddity right here. I'm glad to have this, though. I've heard about this movie. I've never seen it before. And I like these clamshell cases. So, the last VHS Dustin sent me is this. Another Son of Sam. Yep. There is another Son of Sam. There's a sequel, The Son of Sam. This is rated PG, which is interesting. Yeah, I love this typo here. And then, this movie's so shitty, instead of saying starring, it says introducing the cast. Yeah, they're a bunch of nobodies. They just automatically, they're like, we don't have any stars. So we're just going to introduce our shitty actors. And then I love, there's a song by Johnny Charo, and it's titled, I Never Said Goodbye. But instead of spelling by, B-Y-E, it spells by, B-Y. There's no E. So I never said goodbye. They do sound the same, but it's not in the right context. It's beyond laughable. I don't know if you can see that, but yeah. And bless me, God. Oh, I'm allergic to the shit of this movie. I don't know if it's a piece of shit. I haven't seen it yet, so I can't really say anything. But the basic plot of Another Son of Sam is this. Harvey, confined to a mental institution in a small college town, escapes, leaving a trail of dead orderlies. His confinement for not being able to function in society is well-founded as he proceeded to give the college girls an education in terror. Harvey, dumb like a fox and crazier than Norman Bates. I don't know about that. That's a tough act to follow. Eludes the local police until a big city SWAT team trees him in the dorm. Trees him? Trees? What the fuck? Trees? How the hell do you tree somebody in a room? What? It proves he is a tough animal to bring down until his mother shows up to set the stage for the surprise ending. Yeah. Your guess is as good as mine what the fuck this movie's about. This is Another Son of Sam. Now hold on a second. It said dumb like a fox. Dumb like a fox? A literate person wrote that. Had to have. Somebody who doesn't know how to read or doesn't know the English language wrote that or some shit. I don't know. Dumb like a fox? That doesn't make any sense. How can you be dumb like a fox? I'm just acting dumb. I guess that's it. I guess. I don't know. Fuck it. Whatever. I still can't believe it. How the hell do you tree somebody? How do you tree somebody in a room? This is going to drive me nuts all day. And then he sent me this book. It's a Life Century of Change in America and Pictures. Which I like books. It has some nice pictures and interesting stuff. Oh, there's a sports section. Cool. Oh, there's some cool stuff in here. So yeah, I'll give that a look sometime. And yeah. So thanks, Dustin. I appreciate it. I appreciate the generosity. And like I said before, I will definitely pay you back. And before I get into just a quick little overview of some quick little movie news that I want to get on my chest real quick, show you this. This is a special edition of a movie that does not have a special edition for some reason, even though it's the most successful video game movie. You know, one of the most, the first really successful video game movie, and widely considered the best, unless you count Resident Evil. Like other people would probably say Resident Evil movies are better. A lot of people say this movie's not any good anymore, which I call bullshit on that. And that's Mortal Kombat. And this is my Fatality edition, because I decided to make my own DVD with features, because no New Line of Warner Brothers wouldn't get off their ass and do it anyway. So, excuse me, made my own DVD, a Blu-ray rip, high def transfer of the film, best it's ever looked and sounded. I took the Laserdisc commentary and of the film, and I edited it so it can sync up with at least the first 55 minutes or so of the movie. It was tough enough just to get it sync up with any part of the movie, let alone the first 55. And the rest of the movie, though, the commentary isn't in sync, and you know, because in the first 55 minutes it's dead on, but the rest of the commentary isn't really in sync anymore for some reason, because it's Laserdisc, so it had a double side, so I don't know. But it's better than nothing. And it's only off by a few seconds, so it's more than listenable and watchable. So it's better than nothing. And then I took the Inside the Dragon documentary that was behind the scenes doc, 44-minute long documentary, behind the scenes documentary on Mortal Kombat that was aired on, I believe it was TNT. And then I took a 15-minute featurette that I found online. I took some interviews I found online from the premiere and from the British premiere of the movie. Some quick little interview, like an interview with Goddard, Kano, interview with a couple other actors and actresses. I found a teaser trailer. It's rare. The theatrical trailer. Put that on there. Put TV spots on there on this DVD. Put in a promo from the screening copy, and the music video by I think it's by, I can't remember their name. I can't remember the music from this movie, and I can't remember the band for some reason. But I found a music video and I put it on there with footage from the film that was banned from MTV for its violence. And then I also added a little bonus extra stuff, like a couple documentaries that were uploaded on YouTube about the video game itself. So I went all out. There's like a total of 20 extra features, excluding the movie and the commentary on one disc. So yeah, it truly is a Fatality Edition. It's got so much features that will just blow your mind. So anyway, yeah, that's my Mortal Kombat Fatality Edition. My favorite video game movie, and it's the best DVD that you can't buy. Anyway, so yeah, that's Fatality Edition, and real quick, starting to get a little bit low on energy, so I'm just gonna go as fast as I can through some of this news. A Roadhouse remake? Fuck no. Why? I wish with this shit, Roadhouse remake, Point Break remake, a Ghost TV series. What's next? Steel Dawn. What's next? You're gonna remake Tiger Warsaw. Are you gonna remake Black Dog? You're gonna remake every movie that Patrick Swayze starred in. At this point, Patrick Swayze needs to come back from the dead and just rip everyone's, just go Dalton on their asses. Rip their fucking throats out, kick them in the fucking face. Enough. You're disrespecting me. I'm dead. Give me my peace. Why do you need it? What? Just because I'm dead now, you think you can remake every movie that I ever did? Fuck you. No. Next to Kin, you're gonna remake that too, Hollywood? That's what I'm saying. I mean, the only way it's gonna stop is if Patrick Swayze, rises from the dead and kicks their ass, and that would be awesome. That would be great to see. That would be like, that would be the most awesome zombie ever. Patrick Swayze zombie, just fucking up, these Hollywood execs. So yeah, bullshit, stupid. A Roadhouse remake. They already did a shitty direct-to-video sequel, Roadhouse 2: Last Call. Yeah, that was great. That was a piece of shit. We don't need another Roadhouse. And Patrick Swayze is dead. Like, who the hell is gonna replace Patrick Swayze? Who's gonna be Dalton in the Roadhouse remake? It's not gonna be R. It's gonna be PG-13. It's probably gonna star Channing fucking Tatum. And he just got off my shit list recently. I don't want him to get back on it. So, stupid idea. Roadhouse remake. Why? Why? There's no need for it. We don't need a Roadhouse remake. And it's like we don't need a Ghost TV series. So that's bullshit. Roadhouse remake. It's stupid. Other remakes. Jacob's Ladder. Yeah, let's have the writer. Originally we had the writer who was responsible for another shitty movie. But you know what? He was doing a bad job, so we rehired another writer who wrote an equally shitty movie in Midnight Meat Train. So you know who you have behind the screenplay for the Jacob's Ladder remake, which is unbelievably unnecessary, just like Roadhouse. You have the guy who wrote Midnight Meat Train, which is a forgettable piece of shit. So now you have we don't need. Maybe I just need to start singing, you know, my rendition of Tina Turner's "We Don't Need Another Hero" to Hollywood. You know, we don't need any more remakes. Would you please stop with this shit? It's getting really fucking old, Hollywood. Seriously. This is fucking stupid. Enough, really. There has to come to a point where it's just enough with the remakes. And I've done research recently for a presentation I'm going to do for college that proves that remakes don't make that much money anyway. Even if they do make a profit, they don't crack the $100 million mark that much. Excluding the Karate Kid remake, for instance. Even if you have stuff like the Nightmare on Elm Street, you know, remake, or Evil Dead, the worldwide gross doesn't really count that much because that gets split among different, you know, studios. Then you also have the fact that you also have to account for the theaters getting part of the gross, and then you have to also account for the fact that you have to deal with advertising, which is Hollywood's hidden secret. They never tell you how much it costs for them to, you know, put trailers out and posters and stuff. Probably costs extra 10, 15, maybe $20 million on top of whatever their other budget is. I mean, they make their money back on DVD and Blu-ray sales, okay, but then that's a waste of fucking time. And you just release a direct-to-video then instead of wasting all our time and releasing it in theaters. Like the Carrie remake, which has done jack shit in the box office. So yeah, they aren't really that profitable. When they are, it's just a shot in the dark. Like that Ozzy Osbourne song. So, yeah, enough of the fucking remakes, Hollywood. It's getting really fucking old. You're running out of ideas, and you're getting to the point where you're starting to remake obscure movies. Like underrated classics, like Jacob's Ladder. They don't have anything wrong with them. Now you're going down into those movies. Like, oh, nobody remembers that movie, so we'll remake that. I'm like, no need to fucking remake it. The film is great on its own. It was great enough to inspire Silent Hill, for fuck's sake. What, you remake it, it's just going to be like Silent Hill? We don't need another Silent Hill. Unless you're going to have the guy be the lead instead of, you know, like the original movie, instead of the movie where because the guy acted too feminine. He was acting too feminine, so we got to turn him into a chick because guys can't love their kids. I guess that's the response to the producers had for the Silent Hill movie. That's a whole nother story. I didn't even play that game, but when I found out about that story, that's such bullshit. All of it's bullshit. All of it. Just bullshit. And even more bullshit, fucking Total Films cover for the RoboCop remake. Their cover, their new issue, it says you have a cover of fucking RoboCop, and really, honestly, there's a clip on the internet which is it literally actually says RoboCop. I'm not making this shit up. It actually says RoboCop. It's a foreign interview. Joel What Kinnaman is sitting down with somebody, and she says, "Oh, so here the new RoboCop," and he's like, "No, it's not RoboCop. The movie's not called RoboCop. You know, that's the porno version. I'm not starring in that one." "Oh, nope. Yes, you are, Joel Kinnaman. You are starring in the porno version of RoboCop. Because it's RoboCop. It's Robo-Bukkake all over your face. You're dressed and you look like a black rubber dildo. You are in the porno version. Get over yourself. And start talking with your chin. Or with your ass. Either way, and that doesn't matter." So yeah, the cover... Oh god, this cover. Fucking bullshit. This cover basically has the stupid looking RoboCop, rubber dildo looking fuckface, and then you have the subtitles are part man, part machine, all badass, all kick ass. I'm like, all kick ass my ass is PG-13. How much ass can you kick? More like all lick ass, all kiss ass. Just kissing that smelly, dirty asshole. That's more like what it is. All part man, part machine, all kiss ass. Not kick ass. You don't look at that. I don't look at a photo of the RoboCop, black, you know, tactical, stupid looking, rubbery Power Ranger, Knight Rider, Street Hawk looking fuckface dildo piece of shit. I don't look at that thing and think kick ass. I look at it and think I'm saying that is a really sad, pathetic looking thing. My reaction to that, you know, cover is the same. It is exactly the same as that black guy in Poltergeist. It's like, kiss my ass. Really, kiss my ass. Total film bullshit. I'm saying everything's bullshit. All of it. Remake news. Fucking Transformers: Age of Extinction. I don't give a shit about the Dinobots. They suck. And Marky Mark and the Autobots. Maybe he can bring his Funky Bunch along with them too. They can have a nice little orgy and you know having many more racist robots as you want. I don't know. I'm going all over the place. I don't fucking care. Because Hollywood doesn't fucking care about, obviously because of their recent news and shit. So why the fuck should I care? I shouldn't. I shouldn't give a shit. I don't. But here I am ranting to you guys about this. I said to get it out of my chest. Anyway, yeah, I really don't know what to say about news except, you know, fuck the Hunger Games. Fuck it to hell. You know, I play, the only Hunger Game I play is the one when I need to put things in my belly. And that movie making 160 million just proves that the action genre as we know it is dead. Because we have Tweeny Bopper, oh look at me shoot an arrow! And then let me fix my makeup and my hair. And that's an action hero now. Great. Wonderful. Just kill me. So, and I'm not like Sly and Arnold and all those other things have been that great either, but I'd take that alternative over pussy whipped fucking teeny bopper action heroes. And then of course, you know, just, yeah, it's really bleak. It's if I think about this shit even more, you know, I might just jump out of a fucking window or some shit. It's depressing. It's enough to make you get suicidal thoughts or some shit because of the way that Hollywood is going nowadays. It's just going downhill. Just crash and burn. Just all the way down. And, you know, a Crow, they're still trying to do the Crow remake and they're thinking Norman Reedus from Walking Dead is the Crow. Just leave that shit alone. Just like, hey, like I said, Patrick Swayze needs to come back from the dead and kick their ass. Well, Brandon Lee needs to come back from the dead and kick their asses too. Leave the Crow alone. Sir, leave it alone. We already did. You already played that franchise dry. You had a TV series. You had 3 sequels. We don't need any more Crow movies. We don't need any more things doing with the Crow. Enough. That's my answer to Hollywood. And that's how I'm going to end this vlog. Enough already! Just enough!